Hey guys, happy Ghost Adventure Saturday! I'm so excited to do this video. Holy cow. The Sallie house though. Really? If you have not seen this episode yet, you are missing out. This is what Ghost Adventures fans live for. We live and breathe for episodes like the Sallie house. Now, as always, I have notes, and I have 2.5 pages of them. I'm going to go really fast. Again, I'm all like, as I'm going to be after watching every one of these episodes. So I'm going to do this fast and try to make sense and try not to pass out from excitement. So, the Sallie house is located in Atchison, Kansas. I'm sorry for that town. Holy cow. Actually, I'm not sorry for that town because it probably brings a lot of tours. And now that Ghost Adventures did it, it's only going to make it even more popular than it already was. There were so many creepy connections with the Sallie house and Ghost Adventures and their past, starting with the fact that the family, when the family was living in the home and they had the cop stop by that was there, that Peter James was there. Now, if you don't remember who Peter James was, Peter James is the one who set up base camp kind of in the Queen Mary and did all of his psychic work there with Jackie. And I say Jackie because we still don't know what the hell Jackie is, but that's a different episode. So, the family in the Sallie house was Deborah and Tony Pickman. And if you see me looking down at my notes a lot, it's because I'm referencing and I don't want to miss anything, to leave anything out. So, going back, ADD. Deborah and Tony Pickman lived in the house in the early 1990s, and they were the centered victims of this house. Tony Pickman was constantly scratched in this house, and he was tormented by Sallie. Again, I'm using air quotes because, again, we don't know what the hell Sallie is. I think she's a demon, and I don't think she's nice, and I don't like her. It scared the living bejesus out of me. So, we found out that Sallie house was built on Indian land. Now, we know that nothing good comes from anything being built on Indian burial grounds. The problem is they're everywhere. So we can't really stop that. But unfortunately, sometimes the land is disturbed, and whoever was on that land or owned that land, or they get all offended. And we all know that nothing good comes out of offended Indians and their messed up land. So we've talked about where the Sallie house was. It was in Atchison, Kansas. Deborah and Tony Pickman were the owners of the home for 2 years. And in those 2 years, they were tortured by Sallie. Now, he kind of went over what happened with things starting at the beginning. At the beginning, it was like lights flickering on and off, and then their pictures would be upside down, and then it just got worse from there. Now, it goes on to say that the creme de la creme, that there was a pentagram in the basement of this house, and that there was animal sacrifices there. Now, have we learned anything from learning about the paranormal? Nothing good comes from animal sacrifices and pentagrams. Okay, why? Why? I mean, if you want to believe in hell, I believe in the devil. I believe in angels and I believe in God, but I don't understand why people want to worship the devil. Somebody tell me why people want to worship the devil. Has anything ever good come out of worshiping that thing? No. Nothing good has ever come out of worshiping the devil. Now I'm getting all worked up. And he seen Sallie twice. The first time, he described her as a little girl with curly hair and a bow. Oh, how cute. Everybody go, aw. Now, that would be sweet if that's what she really was, but we all know she's not. Evil little snot. The second time, they really didn't go into what he described it as, and so we're only thinking it could be anything but the cute little girl with the bow. I got through the first page. I'm really proud of myself. Okay. Now, when they actually go to investigate this house, the night of the investigation, imagine that. There is a thunderstorm outside. It is lightning. It is flat. I know it's Kansas and it's like in the middle of the Tornado Alley because I live in Tornado Alley and so I feel their pain, but oh Lord, if you could not have a better setting for an investigation of the Sallie house. What amazes the snot out of me is Tony comes back to this house like a crazy person. Why would you come back to this damn house? Why? Please tell me why you'd come back to this house. You got scratches and marks and bruises. Outside his mind. That's why he came back to that house, because he's crazy. Actually, in all reality, I think he was sick of this thing being a part of his life, and he wanted to just rid himself of it the best way he could, and that was, of course, to confront him. So everybody give a golf clap. Good job, Tony. I couldn't have done it. He's braver than I am. But we all know I'm a big chicken, so it's fine. So he goes to this house. They are in the house 5 minutes. What is with this 5-minute timeline that something just goes, oh my God, and we're going, what the fuck? So they're in the house 5 minutes, right? And Jay's like, I'm burning. And I'm like, oh, hell, here we go. It started. But it's Jay, of all people. I'm like, oh, I was waiting. It was Zach or Aaron. Nope, it's Jay. Poor Jay. Welcome to the club, Jay. You have gotten your I've been scratched by something demonic certificate of authentication. So he has a little scratch, and it's like forming before our eyes, and we're like, what the hell? And they also bring in a psychic medium. Now, if you remember a few years ago when they did Ghost Adventures, Zach was kind of like, about mediums, but he's over the time, I think, as he's become more sensitive, grown to know that those people really do have a gift. And I think because he's kind of tapped into his gift a little bit of being sensitive, then he's more accepting to that. And this poor girl was just instantly affected. Just the energy that she was affected with, and just, it was so incredible to see. And so Jay gets scratched, and then they go down into the basement. Why? Oh, right, the pentagram. Craziness. So they're down in the basement, and they instantly all like feel heavy and sick, and Aaron's like, dude, I don't feel good. And it just gets crazy, and it kind of just comes alive. Like, it just all happens. And then out of nowhere, this poor girl, I think they said her name was Anissa or Anissa. I think it's Anissa. But she like almost passes out, and Tony is like, you can see him jump. Like, it's not like, oh, something touched me. It's like, oh crap, what the heck? You know, and so he has a welt on his neck. When I seen that welt, I was like, Sallie can have her house, or Sallie can have its house. Because we all know what I would have done. You all can say it with me. I'd be out. So, bye, Felicia. So, the girl's passed out almost. Aaron don't feel good. Tony's been burned, and he's like, go back to where you came from. Now, I give props to Tony because he was tortured by this thing, had every reason not to come back. But he did, and he stood up to it, and he's like, I'm not coming back, but listen, you need to go back where you came from. You don't belong here. So, again, all of this has happened like before they even do a lockdown. Really? What is with their trend of having all this crazy crap happen before a lockdown? Whew. Oh yeah, that's right. They're using human trigger objects. Props to the GAC. So now, it's lockdown night. They've left. It's time to lock down. Aaron and Zach are in the house. Billy and Jay are at Nerve Center. Aaron and Zach go to the stairs. They hear that magical knock, knock, knock. We all know what the 3 knocks means. If you don't know what the 3 knocks means, if you're new to the paranormal, or you're like learning about all this, 3 knocks or 3 of anything is typically, when it comes to paranormal activities, typically a sign of the demonic. It's the mocking of the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. They're mocking it. So they'll do things in 3s. They'll knock 3 times. They'll scratch 3 times. When we see the magical 3, we know it's bad news. Bust out the holy water and the rosary. So they're on the stairs, and Zach's camera malfunctions. It goes off, and he is just like instantly shook up. His emotions are getting to him, and they're hearing knocking, and the house, like Aaron says, just kind of comes alive, and everything just starts kind of happening really fast. It was just a mess. That's when I looked at myself, like looked within myself and said, this house is no freaking joke. Like, this is insanely haunted. Chalk it up on the insanely haunted list. There is pure fear in these guys' eyes. It is just absolutely crazy. I'm at this point, I have chills. I'm freaking out. I'm like under the blanket with my eyes, and I'm like doing one of these because I am out. I'm beyond at this point. Now, the creme de la creme of the episode, which is going to be known as the infamous panda bear from now on. They are in the room, and they're hearing all these noises, and they're upstairs now. They have made it up the stairs, because they went halfway upstairs, came back down like a bunch of chickens, and went back all the way upstairs. So now they're upstairs, and they're hearing noises, and Billy and Jay about come through Nerve Center. They about come through the screen, because all of a sudden they see this bear, and he's doing one of these, like rocking. I saw that bear move, and I was under the bed. I was like, bears don't do that. Bears are cute. Why do they mess with bears? They're cute, they're cuddly, and now this thing's moving on its own. I'm done. Not to mention, we didn't even mention what happened before all the lockdown with the paranormal puck, but I'll get back to that in a minute. So now the bear has moved, Zach's overwhelmed, Aaron's confused, Billy and Jay are about to pee their pants at Nerve Center. I'm peeing my pants at home. Luckily, the cat has not jumped on me. I probably have a dead cat, because I probably would have kicked her across the room, but I was so worked up. So, they've had all this happen, and now, and yes, I'm looking at my notes. I know it's terrible camera sense, but I have to because I'm rambling at this point. So they've done all this stuff. Now Jay and Aaron have went to the basement where they've used this freaky looking Tesla radio to try to talk to spirits. And Zach and Billy are back upstairs with the paranormal puck. Now the paranormal puck, as Zach put it, is like text messaging with spirits. They type a message, the spirits use the puck for energy, and they use the database to put words back. Now, if you remember the beginning or the middle of the episode when they're still at the hotel getting ready to go do the lockdown, they bust out the puck to make sure it's working okay. And Billy asks, is Sallie real? And all these words come back, and I have them written somewhere. That I cannot find, but they're in here. See how freaking together I am? Okay, so the paranormal puck, and they get scratch Satan, pain kept spirits. Everybody say it with me now. What the F? I'm not dropping F-bombs on YouTube, but I will say WTF all the live long day. So now they are doing the paranormal puck in the house. And once again, that lovely little word Satan comes up when they ask, who is Sallie? I think we got our answer, and we don't need to go any further. We know it's just evil. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. And so now they're back in the radio. Now, every episode has its LOL moment. And the LOL moment and I'm going to start giving awards for the LOL moment of each episode. And this week, once again, goes to Aaron. Last week it was Aaron for his move cows. And this week goes to Aaron for that damn cricket. There was a cricket in this basement. And that cricket was the comic relief that everybody needed. Because it was just just cricketing away. Just had no care in the world. And Aaron's like, are you as annoyed by that damn cricket as I am? Because I think we can all be in agreement that the cricket could have went anytime. But it was the comic relief that everybody needed. So everybody can give props to the cricket and Aaron for once again winning the LOL moment of this week. So overall, the Sallie house, I give you a 10. I give you a 10 out of 10 for giving us the scare of our week. And so I'm going to wrap up my recap, but I'm always going to be this spazzy after a Ghost Adventures because my adrenaline is pumping. I'm usually hyped up on caffeine, but I've joined a couple of groups on Facebook, and they are rocking awesome. It's just a group of people who love the GAC as much as I do. And so I'm going to give them some really big shout outs for letting me post my videos and including me in these fantastic groups. So big shout outs go to the Ghost Adventures fans and paranormal group. All of the admins of that group are doing wonderful. That group is brand new. They just started it. Fantastic. It's growing every day. And I strongly advise you, if you're a Ghost Adventures fans, go check them out. They are fantastically wonderful. And another group that I want to give a big shout out to is the Welcome to the GAC Best Moments and Episodes fan group. They are phenomenal. The admins are over there. They're a new group as well. And so they're always looking for members and they're always looking to grow. And so check them out because we have a lot of fun in both of those groups. Just sharing moments, sharing our experiences from the paranormal. And it has just been awesome to find kind of a little home for me to grow in. And so a big shout out to all you guys. I heart you, and I think that you guys are fantastic. And I am going to also be doing a paranormal Q&A. This is something that's kind of different. Yeah, I'm going to do a normal Q&A video that's going to be just kind of geared toward getting to know me. But this is more geared toward the paranormal because this is kind of where my heart is, and I kind of just am obsessed with this kind of stuff. And so I'm going to be doing a paranormal Q&A. You can submit questions to me via Twitter, via Facebook, I'm going to put my email in there, and you guys can just ask me anything about the paranormal or anything paranormal related, and I am going to do a video shouting out all of you guys and giving you guys props for submitting your questions and then, of course, answering them. And so I guys hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the weekend and enjoy the beginning and all of your next week, and I will see you next Saturday for a brand new Ghost Adventures recap. Until then, stay cool, stay happy, stay healthy. Much love. Bye, guys.